Hey y'all. So I was just in Cafe Yum. It's a hippie food place up here in Oregon, and the clerk at the counter asked me how I was doing, how my day was going, and I said without a hitch, it's always a great day when you can defeat fascism without firing a shot. I don't think that a lot of people truly grasp how close we came to 1930s Europe. I think that as the months and the years go by and we start uncovering a lot of things, we are going to we're going to find ourselves pretty frightened at how close we came, on how if things had been a little bit different, if certain states hadn't resisted, if the House of Representatives had been a little bit more loyal to the current president, if the Proud Boys had been a little bit more aggressive, um, all of these little things, if things had been a little bit differently or had gone a little bit differently, how deep in we would have been. I think that it is worth appreciating that yes, we still have until January to deal with this national embarrassment, but I think that it is worth acknowledging and worth appreciating that we defeated this country, defeated the attempted rise of a truly fascist regime via democracy. That is why we cannot stop the work, just because some of our guy made it to the White House. That's why we can't stop the work, because we defeated Trump. We got to work harder, because if we came that close, if we got that close, the democratic process might not be enough next time. And this includes sweeping changes. This includes widespread and deep protections of the LGBTQIA community. This includes widespread and deep protections of Black Americans. This includes widespread and deep protections of immigrants and of dreamers. This includes widespread and deep protections for women. This includes widespread and deep protections for people of color. This includes widespread and deep protections for differently abled Americans. This includes widespread and deep protections for political dissidents. This includes widespread, deep protections of journalists. This includes widespread, deep protections of people for who for far too long have suffered under a country, under a system that almost fell into absolute fascism. Stopping fascism is the bare minimum. And the fact that almost half of this country chose fascism shows that it's not a Trump problem. It's a deeply American problem. And as Americans, we need to talk about it. And we need to solve it. It's it's a problem that lies in the roots, in the foundations of this country. And yeah, we need to acknowledge those foundations. As troubling as it might be to acknowledge some harsh realities about our heroes. Um, Defeating fascism by democracy is less than the bare minimum, at least in my opinion. We need to do better. This country deserves better. And there are a lot of people in this country who, for generations, have received the worst that this country has to offer. And the thing is, that treatment was legal, is legal. We need to change that. Because the fact of the matter is, removing a demagogue from office is not going to change the systems that put him there in the first place. Removing the Proud Boys as a threat is not going to erase the systems that gave them their platform and their power in the first place. Removing racist cops from the equation is not going to erase the legacy of the slave patrols and is not going to erase the systemic racism within the American justice system. You know, and there's so many other injustices. There are so many systems in this country that we need to address that aren't going to go away if we vote out a guy. It's not it's not how this works. Joe Biden isn't a panacea. We shouldn't treat him as it. And we should hold him to the same account that we held Donald Trump to. We should hold Kamala Harris to the same account that we hold Mike Pence to. Because the fact of the matter is, the systems that have done a grotesque amount of harm to a lot of Americans, a lot of Americans. It's not a Republican thing. It's not a Republican problem. It's not a Democrat problem. It's an American problem. And they need to be addressed. It is a great day when you can defeat fascism without firing a shot. Let's make sure that we never have to do that again. Love y'all. We can breathe a little bit, but I firmly believe that the reason we can breathe is so now we can actually get to work, and we won't feel like we're wasting our breath. Stay safe, wear a mask, socially distance, all that. You know the drill. And don't get complacent. Y'all have a good night.